Yo, this is Hero, and welcome back to Sound of Drop, Fall into Poison. Here we are, back at the coffee shop. Last time, Mayu got convinced by Himeno to go visit the Mountain Aquarium, even though she has a dark past related to it, all because of cookies and cream ice cream. Amazing. So now she's gonna get into a whole bunch of horror stuff, all for ice cream. Also, I kept calling Himono for some reason. I'm not sure why. But I'll correct myself this time. So here we are. Feeling as if she has seen right through me, we head into a nearby coffee shop. It is apparently famous following its coverage in a magazine for a sandwich that was overflowing with vegetables. I say apparently because on excitedly finding the restaurant, Himeno shared this. Weird. Compared to a hamburger shop, this place is a bit intimidating and trendy to me. But since I'm with Himeno, it doesn't bother me. Shoving the roast chicken sandwich with extra olives that I ordered into my mouth, the unease I have been feeling disappears. In contrast to my fervor, Himeno eats her avocado and shrimp sandwich in small bites. I'd expect the opposite, actually. Well then, about our plans for today. Himeno starts in as soon as we have finished eating. We'll start with the aquarium. No matter what, that's the main thing. So we'll look into the old man's ghost and the closed-off deep-sea fish booth rumors. Uh-oh. The latter one's gonna be interesting. It's where the other girl died, right? After that, we'll go into the shops and finally have some ice cream. Woo! Be glad, Mayu. I think it's better to get the cookies and cream first. You're risking your life for it. If you eat 2 times, you'll mess up your stomach and get fat. You won't be able to wear a bathing suit. Okay? Himeno, it's no fair but you put it that way. She's just looking out for you. It isn't fair. Himeno is in the exercise club, so she will be fine. But for someone like me who doesn't exercise enough, it makes me stop and think. Having said I wanted to go to the pool, it is all the more important. Okay, then we'll stick with my plan. That was a delicious meal. Urged on by Himeno, I decide to leave the ice cream shop for another time. Are you gonna get another time? So sad. Talking about silly things together, we leave the station behind. As opposed to the station's excellent cooling system, the city streets have a peculiar humidity and heat to them that envelops our bodies. Actually, not that sad, because we're gonna get the true ending. The beginning of July. Summer has only just begun, and I can already tell it's going to be a tough one. The summers at my place are hot as heck. We weave our way through the crowds until we are 10 minutes away from the station, finally ending up in front of a skyscraper. Winters at my place are still hot as heck, actually. The building is a symbol for the people of Manton, a combined facility for commerce, what you might call a fashion building in reference to the businesses it contains. Manton is a town known as the place people go for amusement. If you really want to have a good time, they have a movie theater, arcades, and several shops, though you need to have money. Because of that, young men and women are more numerous than boys and girls. Makes sense? In this town of people older than us, Himeno scans the panels for each floor without fear, saying, the aquarium is. People are concentrated around the panels. Looks pretty interesting. I'd go there. If it wasn't haunted and stuff. Of little help to Himeno and trying to take up as little space as possible, I leave the search to her and gaze up at the building. I look up and up, but the top of the building is so far, I think my neck will snap. That's magnificent. This building was built not long after I was born. It had been finished before I could walk, but the first and only time I came here was in elementary school. The instant I think back on my first visit, my head begins to hurt. What happened? Oh. Jeez. No, I have to try not to think about it. Those are things from long ago. Things from the past. Things that are done. I can do nothing but deal with the pain that feels as if something is pressing against the inside of my skull. I finally hear Himeno calling me in a loud voice. The elevator's this way. Come on. I push my headache away and step through the automatic door. Are we going to get horror this episode? The information at the entrance and the placement of the crane game are exactly the same as that day, giving me a slightly bad feeling. Your instincts are right, Mayu. Well, I'm gonna skip the intro, so you guys, if you're interested, you can watch the official intro somewhere else, because it's gonna be long, and I'm not sure if I can even put it, so. From the elevator landing, we need to head for the top floor of the separate Manton East building. The elevator is the type that has a glass window so you can see out. That is the only thing that's distracting me from my gloom. A crowd of people get on with us, but almost all of them are gone by the time we reach the floor that contains the aquarium. It probably stopped off at the apparel or sundry shops. It isn't that we aren't interested, but Himeno recommends it's crowded now, so let's come back when it's less busy. Makes sense. And that keeps us back, deciding to stick with the plans we made at the coffee shop. Himeno knows how to shop. Does that mean the aquarium's like empty? Nice music. Really like it. Stepping onto our floor, the atmosphere immediately switches to a lively one. The sounds of chatter are drowned out by the roar of a large fan. The lighting is dim and tinted slightly blue. The windows are also covered, giving the feeling that it has suddenly become night. Scary. As this is an aquarium, it makes sense that the concept is based around the ocean. Yes, the pungent smell of salt is a major change. Amazing. It's like we've dived into the deep sea. That's what I thought too. Instead of being targeted at families, lately it seems more like a date spot for adults. Or at least that's what the magazine said, but it's true. So are we on a date? Even though this is my second time coming here, it feels like the first time. Probably because it's been so many years. Next to the entrance is a souvenir shop, though it lacks the usual boisterous voices. It appears to be a place that can be reached both from the inside and outside, but it doesn't seem to get many customers. Just as Himeno said, the aquarium seems to target adults. In an atmosphere like this, even Himeno looks nervous. She's the one that dragged us here. Hey, Mayu. What's up? I forgot to tell you one important thing. What up? Himeno makes a serious face and brings her mouth up to my ear. What? Did you drop your wallet or something? No, that's not it. This is something that I heard that's a bit of an urban legend, but they say the amount of people going missing is on the rise. There's a rumor that this month alone, the number of missing is well into the double digits. For the Manton Aquarium? People go missing here or in general? Because if it's here, this place should be like closed down. Huh? We have this conversation from the metal rack that holds the map of the aquarium. Aside from the map, there's a guide to Manton East building and information about affiliated hotels. During that time, we hear the sound of the elevator opening and closing, but do not see the people going into the aquarium. Manton used to be a shopping district, right? That seems to be why. Even if there were a lot of runaways, the media wouldn't pay much attention. I doubt it's runaways, but supposedly many of the missing persons had stopped off at Manton Aquarium. That rumor, who did you hear it from? Who indeed? No one in particular. You know how rumors spread. Wow. This is not a trustworthy source, but we know it's true. We know. At Himeno's words, I feel a cold shiver along my spine. Regardless of how credible a rumor is, a sense of dread shoots through me. Yeah, considering your past, it's natural that I would feel connected to missing persons in my age range, especially if they are runaways. If that is the case, it would send chills along the back of my neck. Anything weird about this place should freak you out. Why on earth? You could have told me before this. Would the ice cream still have persuaded you? Well, I thought if you heard about it, Mayu, you might not have wanted to come. No way. Oh, so you forgetting to tell me it was a lie then, you little... Not a lie, just omission. Is that a lie? Depends on the person. I had intended to protest firmly, but it still ended rather anticlimactically. Ghosts may exist, and they still may be unable to come back, but that doesn't mean I'm interested in visiting places where they are. Yeah. This is proof that Himeno has her own strange interest, yet it still makes me feel even more worried. This rumor has a continuation. Specifically, people who sell a deep-sea fish booth never came home. Oh. Himeno relays those two pieces of information to frighten me with a smile. The rumor itself aside, she wanted to pass over the question of why people were able to see the closed-off deep-sea fish booth in the first place, not wanting to discuss it at all. Wait a minute, Himeno. Something else is tied in beneath that fear. Something about the aquarium and the missing persons who didn't come home. Has she missed someone? She wants to find them, or what? That was essentially her mistake. Okay. That actually scared me a little. Jeez, don't just suddenly make such a loud noise. Are you okay, Mayu? Sorry, I guess I scared you a bit too much. I think the story's pretty exaggerated, so don't worry about it. I heard it's a fun aquarium. I think we should take those stories with a grain of salt, right? Though her kindness is misdirected, it's kindness just the same. Having involuntarily sat down, I take the hand Himeno extends to me. As I slowly rise to my feet, I respond, "Yeah, you're right." To think that I would hear of a connection to my precious memory in a place like this. It's strange. After 5 years, the memory should have faded. I tell myself this, then let out a small sigh. Himeno is actually showing concern, so I sit down on a bench in the rest area next to the souvenir shop. Himeno even brings me a can of cocoa. As I'm drinking it, she buys our tickets. She just doesn't care stuff. We're going to this aquarium, Mayu. With her doing all of this, I have to go with her. Are you okay, miss? The fact that I'm thinking thoughts like, this canned cocoa is a little weak, is proof that I'm calming down. As I'm starting to feel better, a male voice calls out to me. Who is it? While holding my half-finished cocoa, I turn in the direction the voice came from. Rather than the boy's voice I expect, it belongs to an adult, so I respond timidly. I'm okay, so... Ugh, no need to be so vigilant. Nice music again. He's wearing a gray knit cap and a brown running shirt. He's tall, even for a guy, so I have to look up at him. His build is almost all muscle. My shoulders shudder a bit in surprise. A new friend? He appears well over the age of 20, so I can't think of a reason he would want to talk to us. Oh, you did look really bad. Whether he realizes I'm looking up at him or not, he plunks down right next to me. Even after he sits down, we aren't sitting at the same height. Pretending to fix my posture, I move away from him a little. Yeah, I do that too when strangers sit next to me. Are you not feeling well? I'm not. I'm fine, really. I'm gonna save real quick. Okay, well, in real life, I'd say I'm fine, really, but maybe saying I'm not will make it better. If she is feeling bad, maybe he'll help her out. I'm not, I say, as if he had flushed it out of me. Actually, it was less my physical condition and more what was on my mind, but I was hesitant to explain to a stranger from the get-go. Guess not. Your face looks really upset. You alright? Can you get back home? Need me to take you to the station? The smile he gives me baffles me. The reason was because that smile seemed unnatural. I definitely had no recollection of him, and I've never had this much contact with a man who was not a relative. Oh, I thought he was good at first, but is something wrong with him? No need to worry. I work part-time in this building, so I'm familiar with Manton. Oh. Hey, what are you doing? Himeno! I gasp and look up. Himeno is there carrying 2 tickets and some pamphlets. With her hands on her hips and her cheeks puffed out, Himeno glares at them with narrowed eyes. I think the only ones allowed to hit on junior high schoolers would be high schoolers. What? Was he hitting on her? I don't really think so. No, I'm not trying to hit on anyone. This girl just looked unwell is all. Mayu, what happened? I think it was what you'd call hitting on someone. Was it hitting on someone? I had to say, was it hitting on someone? Because I don't know either. Was it hitting on someone? I turned to the man and tilted my head. Since Himeno has come, I've relaxed a bit and can look him in the eyes. Yeah, Himeno, protecting her. You're asking me that? So that was what you were doing. Alright, I'm gonna have to stop it here. Guess we'll find out what's gonna happen with this guy next time. Sorry if I sounded a little off. Anyway, thanks for watching and I'll see you dudes next time.